Hello, today we'd like to discuss Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. This movie, released in 2004, became an important milestone for all involved in its production. Director Michel Gondry and screenwriter Charlie Kaufman can consider this movie their most famous and successful work. As for Jim Carrey, this picture allowed him to explore his potential as a dramatic actor. The film tells us the story of Joel and Clementine. She is a striking, eccentric, lively girl with colorful hair. He is a melancholic, dreamy man with tired eyes and a stubble. They meet on a beach once and fall in love. With time, their love fades away, and after one of the quarrels, Clementine decides to erase all memories of him. In the world of this movie, one can have their memories of a particular person erased by a company named Lacuna. When Joel learns what Clementine did, he decides to erase his memory of her too. During the process of memory erasing, you are asleep and you go over the memories that are about to be erased, from the earliest ones to the most recent. And during the procedure, Joel feels that he's making a mistake and tries to save Clementine in his memory. He puts the image of her into the parts of his memory where she couldn't actually be, in his childhood for example. But it doesn't help, and in the end, all of his memories of her get erased. This is where Mary, a member of the Lacuna team, intervenes. She also has gone through several sessions of memory erasure and knows that you cannot wipe love from your mind. She sends Joel and Clementine audio recordings of their stories about each other. They listen to the recordings and realize that they were in a relationship that didn't work out. And faced with the choice of what to do next, they eventually decide to try again. Michel Gondry's movie is half reality, half a dream. It is a believable story of human feelings mixed with the fantastical concept of memory erasure. What makes us relate to the characters is the calm and smooth tone of narration chosen by the director. The characters and the emotions they experience feel real and are just like what we experience in life. At first glance, there is no serious philosophical foundation behind this story, except the idea that you can't erase love. But let's dig a bit deeper. First thing that I want to draw your attention to is the name of the movie. It's taken from the poem Eloisa to Abelard by Alexander Pope, the 18th century English poet. And this is how the poem goes. How happy is the blameless vestal's lot, the world forgetting by the world forgot, eternal sunshine of the spotless mind, each prayer accepted and each wish resigned. To understand the connection between the movie and the poem, let's delve into the poem's meaning. It tells of the love of Elos and Abelard. Peter Abelard was the 12th century philosopher and theologian who was known for his ideas that God could only be fathomed via reason. Note that this was the time when philosophy was merely at the service of theology, and reason was inferior to faith. He was criticized heavily because of his texts and speeches, and his teachings were put to justice. He was known not only for his theological activity, but for his love affairs too. His relationship with Elos was the main one of them. She was 18 years old when she became his student and then his lover. Everyone found out about them when she became pregnant. Enraged, her uncle sent his people to Abelard's room at night to castrate him and sent Eloise to a distant convent, separating the lovers forever. Their correspondence was preserved though, filled with bitterness, love, and longing. In his poem, Alexander Pope conveys the grief of Eloise, who was forced to be away from her loved one and yearned for him in a monastery. The poem says that you cannot forget true love, even if you renounce worldly pleasures. The movie quotes this poem, 4 lines in which Elos envies the maiden of virtue, who are not haunted by the aching memories of physical love. Spotless mind is the mind unburdened by desire or passion. The meaning of Elos' words is that it's easier to live without love, but we know it's not true. Love and pain go hand in hand, and yet it is the thing that makes life worth living. And that's why Joel and Clementine are ready to start all over again, even in full knowledge that they may fail. And that was only the title. In the movie there's a quote of the great German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche: "Blessed are the forgetful, for they get the better even of their blunders." Nietzsche was a philosopher of struggle, and his life path was a war against himself. The characters of the movie try to overcome their own memories, literally erasing them to free themselves. Yet they didn't find freedom in erasing their memory. According to Nietzsche, we need to embrace the pain. Only by overcoming sufferings can one find him or herself. That which is ready to fall shall ye also push, Nietzsche said, meaning that we should let other people experience their pain, making them stronger. Joel and Clementine try to escape the pain by destroying their memories. But it is our memories that make us who we are. They allow us to remember the path behind us, the path of joy and pain, all the experiences that makes us who we are. The point that the movie makes is that erasing our memory is not a way out of pain. By erasing the memories of each other, the main characters of the film didn't erase their love, because it is a part of them. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is a film about love. And what does this love do in the movie? Throughout the film, Joel says several times that his love elevates him and brings him to a different, better world from reality. Every person has this desire to rise above the mundane and ordinary. In our lives, we seek something that would give us this feeling and allow us to soar up from the ground. It can be a person, an idea, or a god. The point is, love is not merely about attachment to other human beings. Love is about giving someone or something the ability to make you truly free. Marc Chagall, an artist who praised love and beauty, depicted exactly this feeling in one of his paintings. The characters of the painting are Marc Chagall himself and his wife Bella, and the power of their love lifts them in the air. Jorge Luis Borges once said, "To fall in love is to create a religion that has a fallible God. It is the one that can eventually disappoint us, just like Clementine, who lost all her charm in the eyes of Joel." What can we do about it? Only try again despite all the painful experience, like the characters of the movie. Love is a kind of religious experience. That's why Joel says to Clementine that she was going to be his salvation. Love has the same power as religion to elevate a person above reality. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is a story about the power of love and that knows no obstacles. And even if it hurts us, it's still an essential part of our lives. All we can do is follow Nietzsche's words and overcome the pain bravely for the sake of love.